Hello, friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Great Employees Matter, the podcast that focuses on helping employees go from average to great, or if they're already a great, maintaining that greatness, working with employers to teach them how to appreciate their most valuable asset, which is always their employee. So welcome to today's show. We have a very interesting guest today. We've had a chance to chat with him for a few minutes before the show started. I think this is going to be a lively podcast. Our guest name is James Williams. He is the owner of James Williams Insurance Agency, Inc. And one of the reasons that we were excited about getting him on the show, not only because of his personality, not only because of his background, but because as a solopreneur, he brings a bit of a different perspective to employment and employees. So we'll have a discussion about that. And thank you all for being on the show, listening to us, communicating with us, chatting with us. And I'm going to let Kobe take over.
Welcome, everybody. As you know, every week, please like, subscribe, and if you like the content, comment, engage with us. We love all of that. Great Employees Matter every Tuesday, 2 o'clock, and we're looking for your engagement. And today I'm excited about our show. We got a great guest. It's in studio. Like Jimmy said, he's an insurance agent, and we've been having some conversations offline, and it's been hilarious. So I think you're going to have a great experience with us today. So with that being said, I usually start from the beginning, and I get into your journey and where you come from, and you, from what we know already, the audience is going to get a kick out of your show. So the first place I want to start is, where are you from, Mr. James?
Welcome to my city.
Yes, I love to hear it.
Native.
Hey, I'm not a unicorn.
Okay, so you were born and raised here in Vegas.
Yes.
All right, and so what are you doing now? Explain to us how you got here today.
Wow, that's loaded.
Oh yeah.
So, with that being said, you name it, I've done it in my city. From food and beverage, climbed that corporate ladder, gaming. I'm a veteran. Been to war twice.
Oh, thank you for your service.
We do hate that, by the way. It's on. You're welcome. Just saying, but no.
I'm an Air Force brat, so I have a deep appreciation for.
Yeah, that's a fact.
1,000%. We are all God-given Americans and one of the greatest nations in the world. But how I got started. My second dad, he opened up his State Farm in 2010. Took him 6 years to get me. He 6 years to get me, and I was in a nightclub. I was working at One Oak, and man, kids, family, crazy partying, and I had that aha moment. Like, what am I doing? Like, what's next? And 2016, I finally bit the bullet. Got my licenses, and he would always tell me for 6 years, and he's like, dude, if you see these other agents, listen, you good. Your personality, and I'm a people person. I love and helping people. So on 2016, I went, got my licenses. I got out the nightclub industry, and then I started working with him. Learned a lot. They put everything into me. I started running his office and helping him get a second office. But the ultimate goal was always to open up my own. So
let me ask you this. You came out here and you're doing a lot of entrepreneurship, right?
Yes.
Were you an employee?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about your employee experience.
Okay. With that being said, the employee experience goes across the board. What type of employee? I'm going to outshine, I'm going to outdo, and I'm going to produce, because at the end of the day, it's my life.
What influenced you to start your own business? Because you said you were doing some clubs, some entertainment stuff, and then you got into doing insurance. What got you into doing, being an entrepreneur?
Beautiful question, and because you got me in my head. Born and raised here. The first thing I wanted to do, I always wanted to open up a casino.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
No,
Like,
you were born here, so that's
was,
a natural progression.
It was one of those things, and I remember that. And even in high school, I was voted most like entrepreneur. That's always been my mindset. And after high school, the first thing I actually did a whole business plan. I was going to open up a restaurant, and it was a restaurant. So my grandma, still today, I don't care, recipe best sweet potato pie on earth.
Oh,
listen,
wow.
I'm still trying to recreate it. Man, listen. So it was going to be called. I still have the folder, Sweet Peas, and everything in that restaurant was going to be made from sweet potatoes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I remember that and the whole business plan, and man, it's crazy how life happens, you know. And you just hit that on the head, and then life happens, relationships, business, work, and man, it's crazy. Man, I'm gonna be an insurance agent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell people, like, but this what landed in my lap when the time came.
The opportunity came.
Yeah. I mean, man, sure, I used to make stupid money in the nightclubs. Tips, man. Fast money.
Yeah.
Right?
Easy come, easy
Fast
go.
in, fast out.
Yeah.
Fast out.
So let me go a little bit deeper, right?
Okay.
Where'd you get those influences from? Where did you get the entrepreneurial buzz? Were your parents, or who's your more mentor in that area? What inspired you to go that direction? Because it takes a special person to jump out and run their own business and do their own thing, especially coming from the employee perspective.
I'm different.
Love it.
I've been different. Like, I would say genetics.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's side, my mom, the one thing my mom told me years ago as a teenager, I'm a 3, right? I'm the middle child, and she ain't never had to work. I'm the child that rearranged his room every month. I'm the child that would literally have all his toys, create a whole world, fall asleep, wake up, and continue. I'm entertainment. I didn't need. I didn't follow. I don't care, man. You can't. My friends, life kids, they're like, James, you cannot pray. Listen, if he don't want to do it, he ain't gonna do it. I don't care. I look at you. Still today, people be looking at my face like, I'm like, yeah. They be like, stop your face. You can read me.
We love your entrepreneurial spirit, and your personality has to be very, very positive, and effective in the insurance world, right? Because you're an effective communicator, you're an effective educator. But let me ask you, given your self-description of your independence, as you were growing up, how was that impacted, if it was, when you were in the military? Because typically you go into the military and there are rules and regulations to follow, and someone like you or Kobe or myself have a difficult time doing that to the letter.
Ooh, you are good. Man, you touching. I would tell you, man, military. Prior to, I hated the military. I still to date don't know, but I do, how I got into the military. Listen, I'm dead serious. Listen, I'm telling you right now, like, ooh, you touch it. Like, okay, I'm going to give it off. Listen, so, man, here's what happened. Here's what happened. So, my rule, I wanted to have a girl at every school but the school I went to, right? Yeah, I have to start at the beginning. So, I messed up. I fell in love with a girl at my school.
Uh-oh.
My first love. Yeah. And she was dating my homeboy. Not really my homeboy, but my homeboy.
You breaking all the rules. You were just breaking all the rules.
He wasn't really, listen. No, I'm telling, but man, little Hispanic girl, I ain't gonna say her name, but man, so I broke the rule. Man, I was the dude that we can go to, house parties, right? Every high school was at, in the garage, hot garage. Yeah. I see one of the girls I used to mess with next week. I messed up, canceled all of them, right? Fell in love. Little, I don't want to say, but she was promiscuous. And but still, man.
Probably why you fell in love.
Man, shoot. I mean, and somehow, now she was a junior, and I was a senior, and you already know, college, the reserves. Like, next thing you know, I'm sitting in my living room with my mom and a recruiter. I'm joining the military for reserve, and I'm like, I look back, I'm like, I'm in love. I done canceled everything, and I'm sitting there in the military and for college, and they tell you all that hoopla. Trust me, I don't even need to get into that. And because this is 01. What happened after that? Graduate,
9/11.
you know, but I'm so thankful.
So you were ROTC?
I was a reserve.
Okay.
I was 257. It was a head unit, right? Heavy. I was truck driver, 88 Mike. Biggest truck in the military. I missed that truck. It was nice. I'm bad. But going off into what you're saying about structure, right? So we go last names, right? My last name's Williams. I'm Chill Will. You want to know why? Because you don't want Chill tripping. Because you chilling. Chill tripping, yeah, we got a problem. But I'm not the person. I don't care what's on your collar. I'm a grown man. You are. Respect. Butterball come in. Yeah, a little butterbar. Like, listen, I don't give two craps. I had to get out because, no, couldn't do it. So here's the rule of thumb. Right, 10 years? Like, before, if you do past 10, you ain't got no choice.
Right.
So after my second tour and the politics and war and false valor, I'm my core. You know what I'm saying? My core and who and what I am. And I knew I could do more at that age after my second tour over the years than the 10 years as an independent. And I can't do cops, that whole structure, I couldn't do it.
Well, I'm surprised you did a second tour, actually.
Oh, I didn't want to. I had no choice. Listen, when you sign that first contract, what happens? Now you sign your rights away. You are guilty until proven innocent. You civilian, right?
4 in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Got it.
but we still today, I'm still in.
Yeah.
They'll call us before they do a draft
That's
because
true.
they own us.
Okay, so in that structure that you fought back against,
Okay.
did you get any gems out of that you would consider have helped you in being a successful entrepreneur now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can you share some of those with our audience?
Basic training. Drill
Accountability.
Sergeant King. He was a E6, going for his E7, Fort Benning, Georgia, and then you had two others. So you had 3 drill sergeants, but he was the head, and they had their own hatred, anarchy. So Drill Sergeant King was the person that sit on that chair. Listen, pride. Listen. This is what I ain't gonna yell at you. I ain't gonna scream at you. Respect. I'm that man. I will mop the entire floor with my toothbrush. Respect. We are grown. Then you got the other little 2 knuckleheads. They want to scream, yell. Listen, I don't care. Listen, what you going? I'm just gonna look at you like you, and I ain't gonna do nothing for you. And that is my leadership. And Drill Sergeant King would be there, hands on. That's my leadership.
Yeah.
I'm there with you. A true leader. What is a true leader? If you don't know how to follow, you get what I mean?
Lead. That's right.
Can't lead.
That's right.
And unfortunately, our world today, and I feel wise people, and especially in that dynamics of cops and military, you get the butterbar to come out of college, you have to respect me. I don't got to do nothing. I don't care about what's on. I'm a grown man. Like, because they think that's power.
But when you are fortunate enough to have a good DI, that takes you a long way. It's like, in the business world, just having a mentor, right? Having a good mentor that can guide you through that. So, Lloyd, I'm sure you have a question or two for James.
I do. Hey, James.
How you doing, Lloyd?
All right. I have a very, very specific role here on our podcast, and that is to totally divert us from any relevant topic and talk about anything that we want to talk about.
I like him already.
I have a couple of questions for you. I also try to make them softball questions, so that way they're easy for you to answer. So my first question is...
He called me easy.
They're very easy. Given the fact that you are in the insurance business out here in California, we're seeing the effects of global warming with major fires. Various fire insurance companies have left the state and are no longer writing residential property insurance. Other places are having floods. The earthquakes seem to be more active in the Ring of Fire. And, I was talking with my wife, mentioning how excited I was to have you on the show today. And she said, given all these natural disasters, what does James foresee for the insurance business? And that's a softball question.
No, that's actually, I love that question. And you used California, which is perfect. The people don't understand the insurance world. Like State Farm, so there's tiers. State Farm is number one. And with California, what people don't understand is that in the insurance world, what is insurance? It's a business, right? What's the function of every business? Profit.
Turn a profit.
That's it. Do you legally have to have insurance? I'm going to sit here and tell you no. And I can go back to that later. California. The reason why California, that state, y'all government, y'all insurance board, them is the reason why things and why the insurance industry and the companies had to pull out, because your government was not allowing the insurance companies to collect the correct premium. So if you have a whole development in a fire area and you're only going to allow that insurance company annual premium on that house $2,000, $3,000, it's $1 million house, because they stipulate the rates, and the insurance industry and the companies have to abide at certain levels. The insurance company does not dictate the rate. For every state is different. So if the state of California says it's going to be a rate increase or a rate decrease, the insurance industry, the State Farm, Geico, Progressive, have to follow that. Now, let's say there's going to be a rate increase of 10% in California, right? California comes out with that. Let's say State Farm, Geico, Progressive, doesn't matter. That's not enough. Why? Because the losses in California were X amount of dollars, and they need to raise their rates in California 15%. Here's what happens. State Farm has to sit down, submit up all that to the state of California Insurance Board, and it can get approved and or denied. It's not a guarantee, and people don't understand that. And people, like, when that whole fire thing happened, and you seen it all over the news, and as a State Farm agent, and they're like, oh, State Farm canceling. No, that's not what happened. A year ago, so all the companies over the last couple of years pulled out of fire. I can't right now. I write Nevada, California, Arizona, and Utah. What I cannot right now, right in California, is fire policies, which is homeowners, any of that, apartments, anything under that tab. I cannot write those things on business policies. Only thing I can write in California is auto and financial services, life insurance, and things of that, because of the state of California, and they're working on it. Your government. What happened in like one of those areas where they pulled out was the community like stopped doing their due diligence in like flash burns or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And State Farm was like, okay, if you guys aren't doing your due diligence, this is a fire-prone area. We are no longer going to renew because it's a contract. So if I right now insure you for your house for 12 months, your house at this premium, the insurance company has to honor that. It issues. The only person that can change that premium within that contract is you. You can add coverage, take coverage, whatever. But at the end of the day, the insurance company from today to this time next year, if the insurance company says we're no longer going to insure you, that's their right. We covered our due diligence, and people don't understand that. That's why it just wasn't profitable. California right now, that's why all the insurance companies pulled out. Y'all have to go to y'all government and to y'all state insurance board, which they are actually working on things, because Florida, if we're going to insure a house over there, $4,000, $5,000, it's different. California is a whole nother ball game. And that's one of the major issues. And my family's in Southern California. I insure their houses right now. One of my aunt's house, if they moved, or I can't even grandfather that policy, it cancels. I can't rewrite it. Nothing. They're grandfathered in. I'm still insuring it, but I can't do anything else. But people are upset, and obviously, who's the biggest name currently? State Farm, number one, and you can go off the others. But dude, they pulled out of California, Allstate, all of them, 5-6 years ago. People just don't.
So if I can,
go ahead.
I appreciate absolutely everything you said, and I understand that. And now I'm going to ask you to go one step further, because what we're seeing in California with the fires and with all of that, in Florida they're seeing with hurricanes and with flooding. And so my question is, on a larger scale, is the insurance industry heading for collapse because these disasters, these mega disasters which are happening, catastrophic losses, is that going to make it impossible for the insurance companies, as you point out, to both make money and for people to afford the premiums?
No, never. True. On a personal side, no. The insurance industry is across the world. No, the insurance industry will never collapse. It's impossible, truly.
So how do they handle these catastrophes? How does Florida handle the flooding if they can't get the rates that they need from the insurance commissioners and from the governors and all that? Or in the alternative, if they can't get the rates they need, but the people can't afford it because of all these catastrophic losses, how is that resolved?
Well, you're going off of, so right now what you're saying, you're like Florida, like floodings and hurricanes and a lot of those things, and most of those things consist of with FEMA. That's government stuff. Like right now, flooding is like earthquake. Right now in Vegas, if I put earthquake, I can put earthquake coverage on your house. It's stupid high. You're not going to do it in Vegas. And with my California, my family in California, when I rent their houses, no, I get their flooding and their earthquake and all that, not through State Farm. It's a whole nother, it's government stuff. They're not, the insurance industry, they're not covering those things legitimately. So it's not affecting them. And then there's a lot with what you're saying, those states and Hurricane Alley, a lot of the local State Farm, Allstate, they're not insuring those houses. That area is not insurable. They won't do it. Respectfully, because it's business. Why you won't do it? They don't have to.
Before I turn you back over to Kobe and Jimmy, I do have one comment, and that is that when you were telling the story about how you got involved in the ROTC as a reserve, rather, I thought that there had to be a woman involved, even before you said anything, because no man ever had a great story about a salad. It just never happened that somebody said, "Hey, James, I was out last night and I had this salad that was just amazing, right? Every good story that any man has always starts off with, well, there was this woman. Kobe, back to you.
Now, wait, before it goes back to me, now you see why we love to put him on here. Now he got back on track. You guys got into insurance pretty deep, and I was getting ready to cut in, but now this is the typical. He knocked your softball question out of the park, by the way, Lloyd. You can't. I don't think you can get with him on this lane on that one. But just to get back, I want to take it back a little bit and get back on track. And I'm gonna go to my notes real quick. I got a question for you. So, when you think back in your experience, our show is called Great Employees, and we try to educate people on how to get there. And you have employees. You brought one with you today, and you guys have an amazing energy. So this question, what do you think makes a great employee in your industry, or any industry for that matter?
I've gone through, and in this industry, employees, quite a few, and boss, the word boss, right? What's a boss? Right? What's a boss? When you think of boss, I think of Jetsons. Yeah. Right? Like that person, I'm like, oh God. No, like
I don't want that title.
My own mama don't yell at me. Really? I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. And we are all adults, respect. So when you say employees, and especially I was in the industry, the casino industry, that man, I had the suit thinking I was important. You know what I'm saying? I got confident and be like, ooh, look at man, oh my God. If you were not in the industry, right, in Vegas, you were nobody. Like, oh my God, what do you do? Like, no. And man, when I got out and truly started looking and the respect, boss, employees, one and the same. I am with like my employees, licenses, property, casualty, life, and health. I'm not more or less than them. Only I hired them. They work for James Williams Insurance Agency, Inc. I pay them for their time. They can make as much money as they want. It's a career job. When I sit in an interview, like, you want a job? That's McDonald's. 9 to 5, clock in and clock out. I'm James Williams Insurance 24/7. You know what I mean? Like, this is my career. This is, no, I don't sit at a bar. Who's your insurance? Who's your insurance? Who's your insurance? That's not how this works. What do you want? It's your life. So what I love about the knowledge is so much more, and just coming from, the casino and that boss, like we're talking about that that control and that false. Don't call me up. I'm sick. I ain't coming. Listen, I can't ask you. Listen, you coming or you're not. You don't have to. I don't care if you sick or not. This is not no prison. Like, and I tell I've always, like, listen, I want nothing but your happiness. This is your life. What do you want? Connections. Like, if this is not what you, okay, cool. This is not a prison. This is your house. We spend more time and hours, right? Here, I don't have time. And I'm not going to sit here and hover over you and, oh, what you wearing and what you doing. Like, oh my God. It's wrong for me. That's just who I am. And that is a huge battle, because going through the employees and some of the things that have happened, and I got, certain, fellow agents and people like, oh, you need to be this way. You need to, come in and micromanage and yell. And it's hard for me. I don't know if they're right, because for some odd reason, individuals as an employer, like that mean boss, right? That comes in. Suddenly he walks in and, oh, hey, James, they pep up and they start doing it. But then the James come in like, what, you want me to yell at you? You know what to do. You ain't making no money? Work. You don't, like, do I really need, we are all adults. and grown respect. But I don't know, our society is weird, especially these kids today. They I feel, just from my own, at the last 5 years I've been doing this, 10 years insurance, but my own, and my battle internally is, what should I do? Should I change it up and be that? But that's not who I am.
Right.
And I will never. I come back. I mean,
I would say what you've been doing is working for you, obviously, and I would stay on track with that because I was a corporate manager for 20 plus years in a corporate level. So managers were my direct reports, and so I never ever ran any of my businesses or when I was in charge and with a rough hand, because it is about respect. It is about engagement, and I think you're 100% right in saying that, you know, everybody's adults and they're respectful. And I also think you're right that the climate, I don't know how old you are, but the climate has changed when I was in the...
How old do I look?
You know, I'm not going there. but the climate has changed drastically since, you know, I was down in the workforce like that. So I think you're on there. I'm going to ask one more question before I pass it over and see if I can get some insight on you. How do you continue growing as a leader, even with all the success that you've gotten?
You know, I'm currently in a reboot moment right now. I got Nada, who's here, my newest. I hired another. She's gonna start on October 1st. I'm getting back to my roots. I'm old school. I'm hands on, and I've always been that. And it's very hard for me to ask for help or dish. I do, right? And I'm going back to that, and I realize, because when listening, which is fine, learning, growing, and stepping back, and my current situation in my life, personal life, you know, what has transpired, and my numbers and where my growth, where I'm trying to, has set back, and I realize you stop being you. I stopped being me. I stopped being true to myself, and I have to go forward and continue. And I love me. Listen, I love it. Trials and trip. I love it. So growth it's not about money. We talk about insurance. I'm more than that. I don't care. It's not about money. I care. I am you and you are me. We ain't no different. I don't get no rate. Man, State Farm will cancel me just like they cancel you. And my rate raises the same rate. Wait, we are no different. So I just try to give knowledge and for you to understand, because I didn't know. So we can make you know how many my clients that my rate went up. Oh man, I don't even like that. I got you. I'm gonna help you. I'll reach out to my broker. I'll reach out to my other insurance, quote them out to see. I help them. Whether they believe me or not, what else can I do? I want your happiness no matter what, whether you with me or not, is enough fruit on the tree. You know what I'm saying? So I will be me. It's not about money, means nothing. Time is everything. It's a beautiful thing. And I love, as you can see, I love what I do, because for me, I truly, this conversation, the little light bulb, I seen it over your head, whatever the little done. Beautiful. It's like you can say it's like a drug addict.
Yeah.
Like that's all I needed. You learned something. Yeah. And I learned more from everyone else than people realize. I'm kind of selfish. They just don't know.
Yes, no, I say that all the time. I'm teaching, and I'm learning, but you think I'm teaching you to teach you something? No, it's selfish. I'm going to help make you a better person, but it is selfish, because if I do that, it's going to bring more back for me, right? So it's really selfish in how I'm acting, but you're going to benefit from that process.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who have that mixed up or wrong. They step on people and they do the wrong things to people in order to get over on them, and then that's why things go negative, in my opinion.
Don't burn bridges. I don't burn no ever. Especially in this city. This is a who you know city, and guess what? My words, I will give. Don't have time life is beautiful. My sister passed away at a young age. My dad died at a young age.
Oh, wow.
You know, military war, I've seen it. And the stuff that individuals argue, fight, and it's time. If I told you right now, guess what? Your last day, my last day on earth is next Friday. Guaranteed. I was told by a doctor, right? Man,
Life
everything changes,
different.
huh?
Life will be different.
Life will be
for
different.
Sure.
So you tell me right now, when you gonna die? I'll wait.
Yeah, fact. I'll wait. I don't need to know. Jimmy?
I have 2 questions for you, James.
Got you.
The first is just for clarity and for the benefit of the rest of the class, because, or for the audience, because we're not insurance agents, so we don't know how they work. In your agency, is it fair for me to assume, and I might be totally wrong, that you have 2 types of employees? That you have employees that are actually agents that work within your agency, and so they sell insurance, and then do you have administrative employees as well, like a receptionist or a bookkeeper, that sort of thing?
No, so Nara, she 4 licenses: property, casualty, life, and health. I have them already. My name's on the door. I'm the agent. I'm contracted. It's like a McDonald's. I don't own State Farm. Now, I don't work for State Farm. It's just a contract, and my employees don't work. They work James Williams Insurance Agency, Inc. When she has her property and casualty, she's gonna get her life and health. She's the same as me. The only difference between me and my employees is my name's on the door, and I pay them for their time. They don't pay me. That's it.
So who handles your administrative stuff, like your receptionist, your bookkeeper? You do that all yourself?
So there's the whole old school filing system. That's all day long. I'll come answer phone, but no,
It don't exist no more.
Doesn't exist anymore. As far as numbers, everything's in the system. Bills, like once I, and I'm grooming her to be office manager, there's some things that I can, like deposits, delegate. But for the most part, it's so systematic. State Farm, it's easy.
All right.
It's really, really easy.
Understood. So if somebody went down that path and they want to become an agent, it's a prescribed formula.
Oh yeah.
All right. My second question before I pass it on to Kobe to recognize our sponsor of the day, which is Podcast Excellence Academy, is who's your favorite employee?
Me.
Good answer. That's a great answer.
That's safe.
That's the best answer ever.
But here's the thing, and some of these agents, the Allstate, Farmer, State Farm, all of them, they'll have, I call them turn and burn agents. They'll have 10, 20 employees, right? That's 10 salaries, and the numbers are the same. It's only so many. I am 3 employees. I'm 3. To duplicate myself. So, Narda, she becomes 3. My next one, that's 3. We got 9 employees in my office, and we're only 3. That's only 3 salaries, and less competition. Why, for me personally, why do I want to have 10 employees? That's 10 different salaries, and now they're fighting, right, for quotes and leads. I love State Farm is not gonna make me whatever rich. What State Farm has given me my time back to college, send my daughter to Africa, stuff like that. I'm trying to be wealthy. I'm building an empire. So much more. State Farm, my whole ultimate goal is I just want that to be a tax write-off. 1,000%. Hey, Nara, you want it? I'll pay her $100K, run the team, do her stuff. Hey, hit the numbers. I got money coming in. That's really what, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot more to it.
Yeah, we like that.
Super smart.
All right, Kobe?
Yeah, so our sponsor today is Podcast Excellence Academy. So if you're looking for podcast training, you want to launch or grow or monetize your podcast, which is super important. There's a lot of things you got to do. You can join this community. We do business training in there, branding and marketing, tools training. We don't just tell you what we use, we show you how we use it. Networking and, personal development. We have a great time in there. We meet once a week, sometimes more, depending on what's happening. But it's a great community. It's $20. Yeah, you got to pay to get in because we want the accountability. People usually, when they pay to play, they really start playing. When they come in for free, they take advantage and don't do anything. So we want people engaging. We have a lot of tools and benefits in there to help you make more money. You can invite people to the community, and you can make your membership free. So there's lots of things in there, but the tools and the networking is second to none, and we're looking for people. So if it's for you, please scan, go to podcastexcellenceacademy.com, come check us out. We do let people come in and check us out in our meetings once a week if you want to just see what it's like before you pay your money, but it's worth every dime.
Thank you for that. Lloyd, do you have a question or two for Mr. Williams before we put him into the shameless self-promotion category?
Self-promotion. Y'all do know I'm a referral agent. It's my city. I know everybody.
We like that.
I love it.
I was just thinking that I had to turn over my trophy for King of the Softball Questions to Jimmy over there for asking him who his favorite employee was. Because
yeah, that's your job, Lloyd.
yeah, because I can only do the softball questions. Although my suggestion to you, James, is that every month you should take a different picture of yourself and put it on the wall and call yourself Employee of the Month. And you can do that every month.
Why? I'm gonna do it. Just because you said I'm gonna do it.
On your, on your resume there, or when somebody asks you for your qualifications, you can say 12 consecutive times Employee of the Month. And really just go for it.
No, I'm gonna add to it. I need to increase that. I'm gonna do Employee of the Week.
You and Lloyd are meant for each other. That's how Lloyd
If you want to mix it up, you can make the dog Employee of the Month 1 month.
I mean, but hold on. I get an extra time because I got to do it twice in February. I'm just saying. Hey,
that's so funny,
man. I love it. Life.
All hail the new softball question king, Jimmy. Anything back to you?
Well, so this portion of our show is referred to as shameless self-promotion. So what would you like to say about yourself, about the James Williams Insurance Agency, Inc., where people can get in touch with you, your email address, your phone number, your home address, so they can come and knock on your door and say, hey.
Hey, number one, knowledge is power. You got questions, you can James 4 Vegas, James the number 4 Vegas.com. Always 702-425-5485. I will sit and talk to you, chat with you about anything. You don't have to sign nothing. Quotes are free. People don't realize that. You want to actually, truly, every 3 to 4 years, man, call and keep your insurance, State Farm included. Keep them honest. It's a method to the madness. People don't understand this. And I sit all day and try to listen. Man, you know how many people that I've saved $20 on a quote, $30 a month, and I look at them, but they've had that policy with Allstate or Farmers for 10. Beautiful policy. I say, no, not yet. What insurance agent say, yeah, I don't want your money? Me. I'm going to give you the truth. I don't want to hurt you because I know how this works. I've been doing it a long time. There is a method, and I have to fight that. I have to fight the lies and all that. So, like I said, James4Vegas.com. Reach out. You got any questions, I will help you. If I can't do it, I'll get you connected. That's who and what I am. At the end of the day, I ain't got no time. Every day above ground is a beautiful day. And I am highly blessed. I pay it forward. I have no complaints,
Well, thank you for your candor, your honesty, your authenticity. We know that our audience appreciates that. Kobe, would you like to go through any of the guests' comments?
Yeah, I'll touch on a few. I'll touch on a few. You know, you like throwing me curveballs.
I do.
So I'm gonna go back up. We got John's in the building. Vicky's in the building. Buddy Miles is in the building. Woohoo! We love to see you. I'm gonna call you after this call, Buddy Miles. Thank you for tapping in. Most Johnson says he loves this. That's Studio Talk and oh my God, MOE Entertainment. and then he said this stuff needs to talk about. He loves this. He always engaging. So again, we love you guys. Jimmy, before we close it out, you got any final words before I close it?
I want to do a shout out to Buddy Miles, who says here, "I care. That's what matters." And I think that, just so that you know, James, Buddy is an inspirational spiritualist.
Okay.
And he runs a twice daily broadcast that he shares the word with his audience, and he's just an amazing inspirational speaker, and can talk about the word. And so when he says "I care, that's what matters," what he's doing is complimenting you and saying that he knows that you're successful because you care. You said several things in this podcast that illustrate how much you care for your clients, and even if they're not your clients, people that you're just willing to help, and as you say, pay it forward. So thank you for that. Thank you for your comment, buddy.
I appreciate
it.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kobe.
Thank you for stepping in and checking us
Lloyd.
out today. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, James. And thank you, Jimmy. And thank you, everybody that showed up to watch the show today. We appreciate you. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 2.